Hey everyone, this is Knightmage, and you're listening to This Freakin Show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travis T, and welcome to another episode of This Freakin Show. The weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast that is brought to you by the Firepit Bar and Grill, Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country restaurant that offers you a burger and beer for just $7.99 every Monday and Wednesday, or enjoying some delicious wings with a variety of sauces available for just 75 cents a piece every Tuesday, check out the Firepit Bar and Grill, Peotone, Illinois. You can find them at Facebook at Firepit Bar, or you can hear about them right here on This Freakin Show. I am so excited about this show this evening because we are joined by an old friend of the show who was actually one of the original guests of Season 3 here. You guys know him as Knightmage. He is a cosplayer. He was on earlier this year, which we did kind of learn a lot about him. Where his beginnings started with cosplaying, and I guess his love of not liking the fact that I did not enjoy The Princess Bride. And I did my best not to bring it up during the interview and stuff like that, because I didn't want to go through that again, because I know when I'm right about. No, I'm not. I don't. I'm not. I'm not a critic about movies, so I could be completely wrong. You guys could disagree with me, which is totally fine, because we're not here to talk about The Princess Bride or my love or hate for it. We are here to talk about Knightmage. We're going to kind of catch up with him and what he's been going on over the last year, some of his travels, the costumes he created for himself, as well as the amazing Christmas Charity Tour that him and fellow cosplayer Super Kayce, who is also a friend of the show, what they're going to be doing and everything for this holiday season. So make sure you listen to the interview entirety. Holy shit. This is why I need other people on this show, because I cannot talk by myself. Make sure you listen to the entire interview in its entirety to get all the information about where you could purchase the book they have for the tour, also donations and everything to help them do their travels, because what they're doing is an amazing thing to help out other people out of the goodness of their heart, and they're doing this with their own money. So make sure you get you help them out, donate if you can, buy a book. I mean, it's a book about them. You can't go wrong with a book about Knightmage and Super Kayce. So I don't want to take too much more of your time. Let's go ahead and dive into the interview I had with Knightmage. Okay, and I am now sitting here with Michael, but to the cosplaying world, you are known as Knightmage.
I am. What's going on, man?
Not much. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm really excited to have you back, because you were actually one of the first guests we had on Season 3 here back in January. So I'm super excited for you to come back.
Well, thanks for asking me back.
Absolutely. I loved talking to you so much last time that I wanted to get you back on here to kind of like see what you've been going on, what's been going on with you in the last year or so. And I also kind of want to dive into the Christmas Charity Tour that you have going on here in a few weeks. But real quick, just in case not many people remembered or may have missed the show that you're on, you just want to kind of tell everyone who you are.
Yeah, so Michael Wilson, or Knightmage. So I'm mainly a cosplayer. That's kind of like I don't know, I guess it's like a second job now. It's like a second full-time job. That's what it feels like. I think so. But yeah, so that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Hey, that's good enough, because I mean, like, I've kind of followed a little bit of what's been going on since we last spoke and everything. Not a whole lot, but what's been going on since January? Any exciting conventions you've been on? I know when we spoke in January, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, it's not that I remembered it. I did listen to the show recently, just kind of like just figure out what we were talking about the last time.
Yeah.
To kind of follow up, because the last thing I want to do is start repeating like questions and stuff like that. But the first thing I did want to ask, I didn't realize it. Where did you come up with the name Knightmage?
So, all right. It's always a weird thing. All right. So, do you remember the? It was a reality show called "Who Wants to Be a Superhero." It was hosted by Stan Lee. It was on the
Oh,
Sci-Fi Channel.
I
This is
remember it. I've only seen like a couple of the episodes. It was actually it wasn't that long ago. Of a show. I think it was like in the early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 2006.
Yeah.
So they had two seasons. Well, so I watched the first season, loved it, and then when they announced the second season, I'm like, all right, you know what? I want to actually audition for it. So the whole premise was you have to create your own superheroes. You have to create the name, the look, backstory, the whole shebang. And so I created the character. My character's name was Knightmage, and he was basically like a cross between a Jedi Knight and Doctor Strange. So I auditioned, and I actually got to be one of the alternates for the show. And so basically, if like like three people would get sick, then I would be like next in line to go on the show. So obviously, I didn't make the show, but so yeah, that's kind of how the character came about. So after that was done, I didn't do anything with the character, and
Hmm.
then once I started cosplaying, I don't know. I started doing little web series with Knightmage, like little like 2 minute webisodes.
Okay.
And once I started cosplaying, the name just kind of stuck. And yeah, it's Knightmage.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that story earlier because having the name travesty is actually very similar to you having the Nightmage character because before I became a podcaster using the name travesty, it was actually a pro wrestling name that I used when I was training to be an independent professional wrestler.
All right, that's pretty slick. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it was just one of the things like when because like when you're younger and everything, like you have your buddies doing like backyard wrestling, goofy shit and everything. I always like went as like General Assassin. Don't know why. I just always seemed to like really like that name. And when I got into independent wrestling, my cousin is actually he's kind of well known, and I know in the Chicago area, but I think in the Midwest region a little bit. He started his own wrestling company to where he started wrestling school and everything. I was able to go there for free and all that stuff, and I would wrestle with the guys and everything and learn how to do wrestling properly. And we would always like after like Saturday trainings and everything at the end of like training and everything, they let us leave the school open for us to kind of stay after to learn a little bit more. So we started putting on our own little like wrestling shows and shit. And I wish we kind of recorded it because those were like the only matches I had. Because obviously, when work and life get in the way of things, you can't really
Yeah.
continue doing what you're doing, which sucks. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll get back into it. I got the wrestling podcast, so maybe that'll find my door back, or my find the door back to that
There
life.
you
So
go.
hopefully, right? So we're doing the wrestling thing and everything, and I was kind of using the general assassin thing, but it's like it just didn't flow right. There was not enough like impact in that name that I enjoyed anymore as I did when I was younger. So someone's like, well, just think of something. And somebody just say, hey, try travesty. I'm like the actual word, like Travesty or some shit like that. And I was like, how about Travis T, like Travis dash T? I'll just shorten it and make it different. And it just stuck. And I used it for professional wrestling um, on in the schools and everything for a while. And
Mhm.
then it just kind of faded away. And then when we started doing this and we just kind of wanted to come up with names and stuff that had our names in it. Like, obviously when Awkward Colin and Geekcast Joe was here as a host of the show as well. Joe's real name is Joe, but he just went Geekcast Joe. Colin's real name's Colin, when Awkward Colin. And I just like, well, I don't really want to take a word and throw it in front of my name,
Right.
like terrific Travis. It's like it just sounds goofy. So I'm like, I'll just go back and just use travesty because I actually I mean, I have a hat that says it on there because I was trying to do like merchandise and shit. So when I did get on the indie scene, I could sell this stuff. So I made a prototype of the hat that I wanted to make, and it already has it on there. I'm like, I'll just fucking keep it, and it stuck for the last 3 years of podcasting.
So I gotta ask though. So
Yeah,
did you incorporate the name into like one of your finishing moves? Like one of the name of your finishing move?
I No, I tried really hard to try to figure out something that worked, and my favorite move, no matter what, the simplest thing was always a diamond cutter by Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh yes, absolutely,
But I couldn't.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's such a simple move, and I never wanted to do it like Randy Orton with the arcade where you jump into it. I always just wanted to, you just grab the neck and drop. But I couldn't find a way to incorporate Travis T into that. You call it like the T cutter or something like that, or the ultimate travesty. But when I thought of like, ultimate travesty, that's more like, if you're doing like a sit up power bomb, or if you're doing like more of
Right.
like like something from the top rope, or like something big. And this wasn't something big. This was just something quick out of nowhere that you could do. So it was just like a cutter thing. But no, I tried. I kept thinking like, what can I call it? What can I call it? So everyone else called it like when we had like the little mock commentators and stuff doing our calling the matches and shit. They always called, oh my god, it's the ultimate travesty. I'm like, I really don't like that, but whoever made them happy.
I mean, I like the name, the Ultimate Travesty, but I 100% understand what you're saying. Like that move seems, that name sounds like it should go with the more devastating,
Yeah,
impactful. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
yeah. Like if you're to lift a guy up and do something, or you're to come off the top rope or something like that, because it's like the ultimate of it all.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like T cutter was probably the closest thing I came to using it. But I mean, other than that, it was just like just out of nowhere, just like the cutter.
Got
You
it.
know,
Got
ooh, like
it.
TTC. Yeah, well, if I
Ooh.
get back into wrestling, there we go, TTC. Just oh shit. But but yeah, so game back to what you've been doing for the last year. I know on the show, like I said, your estimated conventions were about 22. Did you hit all those conventions like you planned?
Pretty much. So yeah, actually, that and a few more got added on. I did not make Dragon Con. That was it's like second year in a row I didn't make Dragon Con, but I didn't go to Dragon Con because I actually added Ireland. So I got invited to go to Dublin Comic
Oh
Con.
wow,
So I did that instead of Dragon Con. So it was kind of it was a good trade. That was a good trade.
that's pretty cool. Now, where is Dragon Con located?
Dragon Con. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even like really a con, man. It's just a 4 day party. It really it is, dude. It's every year it's over Labor Day weekend, and pretty much it takes over the entire downtown of Atlanta, and they have a huge parade. It's absolutely insane. It's like the cosplayers mecca. It's great. It's like pretty much like where all the East Coast and West Coast cosplayers come and just converge to meet and just hang out and drink and party, and it's insane. It's so good, so good.
That's really cool. So if you had to estimate it, like just a ballpark number, how many cosplayers do you think make an event like that?
Oh, dude. Oh my God. If I throw a number out, I can guarantee you I'm lowballing it.
Mhm.
Like I think estimated the turnout for that for Dragon Con is like 200,000 people or something like. I mean, like again, I think that's totally
Whoa.
lowballing it, but I mean, dude, if it is 200,000, then I'm gonna guesstimate that at least half of those people are coming in costume. And when I say costume, I mean Dragon Con is one of those places where you could see someone just like in the simplest, store bought costume
Hmm.
versus someone who just, they spent 6 months and like, you know, $1,500 making this thing. So it's just anyone that you could think of, skill wise, is just going to come in costume just to have fun. So there's no like elitism or anything like that to it. It's just all about fun. It's so good.
That's awesome. That's something, and that's something I really want to dive back into and start doing are these conventions and everything because I mean the last convention I made was Indie PopCon and that was back in like 2016 and I just haven't had the opportunity to make another convention and everything. But my goal is to C2E2 this year. Well, this coming year, I guess. Do you plan on being out here that day at that
Yeah,
time?
hopefully. So C2 is always like that's the one convention I say is my favorite. I think it's a great mix of comics plus the entertainment, like media side. Plus, I just love like the after convention scene, this the hanging out with friends and after parties and stuff like that. So actually, C2 is probably one of my favorite cons. That's another con though. For like the past 2 years, WrestleMania would fall on the same weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and so I would have to choose WrestleMania over that. But so this year, next year, they're different dates. So I plan on being a C2.
Oh, that's cool. So, not to get too far away from cosplaying, but you've always been a fan of wrestling, I take it.
Dude, yeah. I remember my dad is the one who actually got me into wrestling when I was young. Like his favorite wrestler was always Sting, and so growing up, obviously my favorite wrestler was Sting, and then
Mm-hmm.
so I really started with the NWA, and then went to WCW, then I got into WWF, and it just always. There was a period, um, like right after the Attitude Era, that I kind of got out of it a little bit for like probably about 2 years or so, but
Mm-hmm.
then I got right back into it.
Okay. Well, who do you currently like right now as a current wrestler in WWE or I don't know if you watch like Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, New Japan or anything like that, but who's your current to date favorite wrestler?
So I don't really. I do like New Japan. I like Ring of Honor, but I don't have the time to kind of keep up on it. It's like gaming. I just don't have the time to like keep up with everything.
Mhm.
So I mean, primarily like WWE is still my go-to.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many people I'm high on right now. Like the stuff with Becky Lynch, what she's doing right now. I
Oh,
think
the
she's
heel stuff.
amazing. Yes, dude, she's amazing. AJ Styles, I'm always an AJ Styles fan.
Yeah,
Um,
he is my favorite. Like, even back in TNA, like AJ has always been. He always had something about him
yeah,
that like just it just really popped. Like when he was like in there. And yeah, even WWE, like I'm so glad he finally made WWE. It's I don't like the fact that he lost the title, but I get the fact he needed to lose the title because he can't hold it forever.
yeah. Well,
But
there's some stuff. I think there's some contract negotiating going on right now, and I know his contract's up in December at the end of December. So I'm hoping
mhm.
he resigns, but I think that was the main reason why he dropped it is because they're not 100% sure he's going to resign. So I hope he does, but uh, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Um, what about it may be a weird question to ask right now because of what he's going through. But what's your thoughts of Roman Reigns, like as a wrestler, not so much a person? Because I know right now he's going through his battle with leukemia and everything, but like as a wrestler, like do you believe that he was worth the push and everything?
Mm, mm. Yes and no. I think he was worth the push, but I don't think how do I put it? I think he was worth the push, but just not when they did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't
Mhm.
think they developed him enough. Like his in-ring performance is not bad. It's really honestly everything else. It's his mic skills. It's just his personality. They wanted him to be, that next John Cena, which I mean, love him or hate him, John Cena just has charisma oozing all over him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So,
he's no matter what people thoughts about him, he's always gonna be like on somebody's Mount Rushmore.
exactly.
He's
Yes.
great. I mean, like he I mean, and I'm not gonna say he was the next Hulk Hogan, but I mean he's in that same conversation of Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold,
Yep.
Triple H, and stuff like that. Regardless of what people thought, I was never a big fan of the whole rap gimmick. I kind of like how they kind of like dwindled that away for him just to kind of be him. But I also liked him as a heel, and I thought they should have done a heel turn, at some point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I understand. Like once he got to that status, doing a heel turn would have been. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I
I,
don't think it would have been lucrative for him to do a heel
I,
turn. I
uh, uh,
personally would have liked to seen it, but yeah, I don't think it would have paid off.
I think if it was more of like if it was back in like the PG-13 era, I think a heel turn for him probably would have been good. I think the biggest thing that may have not been the best thing for him is because he excuse me, he did so much for Make a Wish and he was such a hero
Right.
to kids and everything. I get why maybe not a heel turn for that. But as time goes on and he started getting like, more, into his age and everything, it was like, I mean, it worked for Hulk Hogan. It's like, I mean, like, there are possibilities where like these like wrestlers who have been around for over a decade eventually make that turn, and it could just work. I think if he did like an authority turn or something like that, it would have helped, boost a guy who may not be getting the spotlight. Could have gotten that spotlight because now he kind of like could have went up against him. Like it probably could have worked against Roman Reigns because if you get people to boo John Cena, you could definitely get someone to cheer Roman Reigns for it. But when it
Well,
comes to Roman,
that's what I think they were trying to do when they set up the whole Roman John, angle. I thought they figured they could bank on, you know, uh, everyone kind of booing John. I thought they would have banked on them cheering for Roman more, but it backfired. They
Mhm.
actually started wanting, Cena to win. And I mean, I think that was, you could even see in the promos, that was kind of John's. That was the most heel turn you would see from John. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. All right, I'm gonna have you come on my JFW podcast because we're gonna talk a shit ton of wrestling
Yeah, bro.
because
Let's
we're
do it.
definitely going to. But to focus to get back to cosplay before I fall into this rabbit hole that we're on for 2 hours. Back in January, you told us that you had almost 128 different costumes. At that point, how many have you added since?
Well, so this year my goal was to do 30 costumes,
Okay.
and currently I am at 34.
Wow.
So I think I want to try and do at least two more by the end of the year. So yeah.
So how do you store these costumes? Like, are they like boxed up in like 150 different boxes, and it's like marked on the front there, like Venom, Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and stuff like that?
So what I do is I have these huge like storage bins. I'm at Walmart, and I try and store at least two costumes in each bin. So I'll try and fit as much as I can in one bin. And I label them, and then I have a storage unit. So I used to have everything in my second bedroom, but it got to the point where like the cat couldn't even get in there. It was bad. So I ended up getting a storage unit, and so like one side of the storage unit is all these bins stacked up and labeled, and then the other side of the storage unit is this huge, huge like hanging rack. So I have all my bodysuits and coats and jackets and stuff just hanging there. And then for the stuff like my genie rug and chest and RoboCop and stuff like that, that's just kind of sitting in the middle. Stuff that just can't go in the totes or anything like that. So to be honest with you, the storage unit now it's getting full too. So I either need to get a bigger storage unit or something.
Yeah. Is there do you ever like rewear a costume or anything, or like you kind of just wear
Yeah.
it, you create it, wear it, and then like after that it kind of goes into the vault, if you will?
Um, you know what? It depends on the costume. So there's costumes I've made, I've worn only one time, and then I throw them in a storage unit. I just haven't worn it since. And then there's some costumes that like a lot of people want me to wear more, so I'll wear that often. But it just depends on the costume, and once I make it, if I feel comfortable in it, so you make something, you're excited about it, but then once you wear it,
Mhm.
either you feel good in it or you don't feel good. If I don't feel good in it, then I'm not gonna want to bust it out again. But it just yeah, so it really just depends on the costume and how people if people want me to wear it or how I feel wear it.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. So out of the 30 plus costumes you made throughout this year, is there one that you are particularly more proud of than
Uh,
compared to the others, or?
man, it's just like asking my favorite costume out of all of them. They're all my babies, and like
Oh yeah, and
Uh,
I know. I asked you the first time what your all-time favorite was, and I know you had a hard time doing it. And I'm not asking you to like choose one, and then all the rest of them were like pushed aside. But was there one that like while you're creating it, like it turned out better than you could have imagined, or like you're saying like you couldn't imagine it turn out as well as it did?
Probably, actually, probably a couple. So RoboCop was one of my favorite builds this year. So RoboCop I did at the beginning of the year,
Hmm.
and RoboCop is probably one of my like all time favorite characters. And so doing the costume, it's all foam, and I didn't use a template, so it's all just freehand. And I made that costume in about 4 days. So I'm really, really, really proud of how that turned out. I was able to use that. Actually, I didn't even wear it to a convention at all the entire year. I did a little photo shoot with it. That was it. And
Hmm.
then for Halloween, I dressed up as RoboCop for my work. We did like a every year the sheriff's department does like a trunk or treat, and
Hmm.
so yeah, I was able to dress up as RoboCop, and
Okay.
that was awesome. Um, the genie, that was pretty cool. How that all turned out. Um, just I never seen anyone do the genie where it looks like he's coming out of the lamp,
Hmm.
and so that was the goal in mind, and I think I pulled that off. A lot of people really enjoyed that one, so that was a good one. I really like how Hades came out. Um, the mask was fun to do. There's a lot. There was actually a lot of good things this year. I
That's
will say, I think I incorporated a lot more makeup and prosthetics in the costumes this year, which was another goal. I'm always just trying to learn new skills, and I don't want to be. I'm trying to be as prolific as I can,
hmm.
and so I think this year I really kind of pushed the boundaries on what I'm learning and things that I can do now.
Gotcha. Did you have an opportunity to work with Super Kayce at all this year? I know you guys
Yeah.
have known each other for so long that once you collaborate from time to time. Did you have that opportunity this year to do so?
Not really, but I mean, it was honestly not. It was because she had got a new job. She had started working for one of the conventions that we go to, so she actually got a job working doing like all the anime, setting up the anime
Hmm.
guests and cosplay guests and stuff like that. So that actually became her job. So she was just completely swamped all year doing that. So she didn't even have a chance to cosplay at all. So no, not really. We didn't. We would see each other at the conventions, but she's working, and so that sucked a lot actually because last year and the year before it's like every other weekend we're together cosplaying and stuff, and then it went to I see you, but hi, bye, means you're working.
Yeah.
So that really sucked. But so she's in the process of getting another job, so she's actually able to get back into the cosplaying now. So the Supermage Christmas Charity is going to be the start of that, and then next year I think we're gonna be back on track on pretty much doing it up a lot. Even though
Hey.
I know she's gonna make me do a whole bunch of anime stuff. I know it. I know it.
Well, you mentioned the Christmas charity. Now you guys, this is your fourth year doing it, if I remember correctly. Um,
Yep.
remind everyone what it is.
So pretty much, what it is every year we do a lot of charity stuff throughout the year, but at Christmas time we just try to do a little bit extra. So so what we do is we start in Ohio and we travel from Ohio to Indianapolis where she lives, and we
Mhm.
stop at children's hospitals, animal shelters, rescue missions. We used to stop at Toys R Us and pay off layaways, but not anymore, I guess. Grocery stores and pay like random people's groceries off. Um, just little random acts of kindness and stuff, and we do it all in costume, and it's just it's like again, it's just like a little extra added way of saying thank you and being able to give back at Christmas time. And I guess it's fun. It's awesome as long as the weather holds up. Because a couple of years we've hit snowstorms.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's why this year we actually thought about trying to migrate west or south, going from like Ohio to like Tennessee.
Hmm.
But then we said, no, we'll stick with the same route. So we're going to from Ohio to from Youngstown, Ohio, where I live, to Columbus, and then from Columbus to Indianapolis, from Indianapolis to Michigan, and then back to Indianapolis.
Okay. So how many days are you guys out then doing this tour? Is it over the week and everything? Because it's
Yeah,
starting the 21st, correct?
the 20th. So actually
20th.
Thursday. Yep, Thursday the 20th, and then we'll be ending on that Sunday. So 4 days, 4 days of traveling.
That's pretty awesome. And I noticed Casey was promoting. You guys are now doing a commemorative book that is
Yeah,
for sale now.
yeah. So this year, every year we're also trying to do random, like just different stuff. So last year we did the raffling off like different celebrity autographs and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So this year we're actually going to do a commemorative book, which the book is going to feature us, of course. It's going to have all the stops that we make. So basically, you can just kind of like follow the adventure along. And then also it's going to have some exclusive cosplay duo photos that we've never released to anyone. So they'll only be in this book. And then we're also going to do us like a special thank you section to everyone who does purchase a book. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
That's really cool. Now, and I'm kind of just reading this as I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
I do notice that a lot of this, the travel and everything, you guys are paying for yourselves.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big thing with me is a lot of people when they say, "Well, I'm raising money for this charity thing I'm doing," and so it's going towards like my travel and making this costume for this and that. To me, that's not charity. To me, I want to put as much in as I ask for. So, if not more, you know what I mean? So, everything like as far as our travel, our gas, our food, our hotel, everything like that, that's coming straight up out of our pocket. Like that's our volunteering. So everything that all the proceeds coming from the book and all the donations, that's going strictly towards buying the toys for kids, helping pay off, the grocery bills for people and layaways and all that other stuff. So that's strictly going out to other people.
awesome. Well, tell everyone where they can buy the book at.
Yeah, so it's going to be through PayPal, actually. PayPal. It's going to be supermagecosplay.com. Oh, not super, wait, no, not .com. What am I talking about? Supermagecosplay at gmail.com. There we go. Supermagecosplay at gmail.com. Actually, we're also going to be opening up our print stores here in about 2 weeks on Store Envy. So if you don't really want to purchase a book, but you want a couple prints from us that we have on our stores, you could do that. And then also, if you just want to donate, I mean, if you don't want to buy a book, the book's $40, and that includes the shipping. If you don't want to buy a book, but you just want to donate a couple bucks through PayPal, supermagecosplay at gmail.com.
Perfect. Before we say our goodbyes, do you just kind of want to tell everyone where they can find you on social media, anything like that, or any even upcoming cosplay conventions that you may be going to here in the recent next few months?
Yeah. So on social media, on Twitter at Knightmage, on Instagram Knightmage1, and Facebook is Knightmage. And then upcoming conventions. So 2019 is coming up, and already I'm starting to fill up. I'm jumping back on the Wizard World tour. So starting off with New Orleans, Wizard World New Orleans. That's going to be beginning of January. I do have a couple other things coming up in January I haven't signed a contract with yet, so I can't really say nothing. Um, but yeah, just follow my page, and I'm always updating, when my appearance is going to be.
That's awesome, man. Knightmage, thank you so much for coming on the show again. I appreciate it. I always enjoy talking to you, and I'm glad that I'm glad you were able to come on, but it's unfortunate that we don't talk enough. So we definitely need to change that.
Hey, listen. I love coming on. So yeah, let's do it. Let's change that.
Perfect. And I'm definitely going to have you on the wrestling podcast because that show is an hour long and we could talk wrestling the
Oh,
entire
dude.
time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so thank you so much for doing this. It's like I mentioned to you earlier, I'm trying to do this. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by saying it, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm trying to do this cosplay series, and if I can get the rest of the cosplayers on board, like I'm hoping to do, I think it's going to be an epic 4 week long thing. So thank
Awesome.
you for kicking this off because you are the first. You are the first one I asked, and you're the first person to be here. So I appreciate that.
That makes me feel awesome. Thank you.
Right, right, and I want Super Kayce to hear that. Because I want her to know that she was the second person I asked.
I mean, she's dealing with me, so she's used to being second. So
Oh, geez. Yeah, thank you again for coming on. Definitely gonna do this more often. I always love talking to you, and I hope I'm able to make it to C2E2 so I can catch up with you in person.
yes.
Um, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll close out the show.
See you guys.
You know, it's that time of year where you are trying to struggle really, really hard to find that perfect gift for dad, or you're trying to figure out what do I get for the in-laws, preferably the father-in-law, because I am talking about ties, ladies and gentlemen. And how else do you get a tie? Then you go to the right place to purchase that tie, and I am talking about wearedapperties.com. Wearedapperties.com offers you a high-quality made tie for just $15. Plus, as a special bonus, if you use the promo code FREAKIN, that's FREAKIN, at checkout, you get free shipping on your order. So really, you're getting quite the deal for this holiday season. You could buy a plethora of ties for just $15 a piece, and then when you use the promo code at the end, FREAKIN, that's FREAKIN, you save on shipping. So make sure you stop over at wearedapperties.com, check out the variety of ties they have to offer, different patterns, different colors. You will not be disappointed in these ties that you purchase because they are just $15 and they are well worth the money that you're spending. So make sure you check out WeirdAdvertise.com. Use the promo code FREAKIN, FREAKIN, at checkout to save on shipping. Yes, guys, make sure you check out Knightmage and on his social media. You keep updated on everything he's doing, as well as everything going on with him and Super Kayce on their tours. Like he mentioned, December 20th, they're going to start on their journey from Ohio up to Michigan and back down. I've never met more committed people to help out others than I have with these guys. It's absolutely amazing. And if you haven't had an opportunity to listen to Knightmage, the first time I was on here, go back and check it out. It's at the beginning of season 3. It's one of the first. It's within the first 10 episodes. I think it might be 6. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. His name's in the title of the show, ladies and gentlemen. So go back and listen to it. Listen to all the stuff that this guy does. And this is on his own time, out of the goodness of his heart. He doesn't have to do this. He chooses to do it because he knows that in this world, people need good people in it, and he decides to be that person. And with the help of Super Kayce, who is also an amazing person that I do have the honor to know. And I know I joke about, saying, Knightmage is better than Super Kayce. I may have said that once or twice and everything. She's still an amazing person. And regardless of me being a dick butt or not, I still like her. So, make sure you go check out both of their social medias. Get all the information you can on this Supermage Christmas Charity Tour that they're doing. And like he said, you could donate to them, or you could buy a book for just $40. Check that out. Actually, while we're chit-chatting, I'm going to go back and make sure I say this website or this email properly where you get them. So donations oh my god, why can't I talk? Oh, I know why. Because it's really late at night and I'm trying to put this together so my awesome editor can get this out as quick as possible. I don't want this edited out. I want this to be known of why I can't speak right now. Anyways, donations for their tour as well as buying the book for $40. Great deal. You could buy it through PayPal at supermagecosplay@gmail.com. supermage@gmail.com. Check it out. Like I said, help them out when they can, because these are great people and they do not have to do this, but they choose to do it because they have, I guess they really appreciate society as who they are, for good or for worse. So check them out. Make sure you keep in touch with them. Hopefully I get Super Kayce on the show over the next few weeks. I'm really excited. Like I was mentioning to him, I'm trying to do this cosplay series. I mentioned to you guys a couple weeks ago as well on the previous episode I did. I'm focusing on doing this cosplay series. Knightmage kicked it off, which I appreciate again for him doing so. We have Siren Ray coming up next the following week, so I'm really excited for that as well. Working on a couple others, hopefully, fingers crossed, Super Kayce does make an appearance. If not, totally understandable. Holiday seasons get busy. So I do appreciate the people who had the opportunity to come on the show with me and help me out. And of course, to wrap up the episode, as I am one to do, I'm going to leave you guys here with the freaking thinking of the week. And what I've been thinking about over the last couple of days is the fact that I have gotten all of my Christmas gift shopping done. I have completed all of it that I need to complete, except for one person. And that person, ladies and gentlemen, is my mother. I do not know what she wants. I don't know what she needs. But she is the hardest person to shop for. And what sucks is this is the woman that I owe everything to. Great person. If you guys have been a fan of the show over the years and you checked out our episodes, you know that around Mother's Day, we always do a Mother's Day special where we do show our appreciation to moms, ours, and other places. But I could never say enough about how wonderful my mom is. And the fact that I've not gotten her a gift yet and I don't know what to get her is killing me. So I'm asking you guys for help, if you will. When I post this show up on Facebook and everything, I'm going to need help. I'm going to need ideas. So I'm going to post this up on Facebook when it gets released. When I do, comment in the section. Use or just use a hashtag freaking mom. No, don't use it. No hashtags. Forget about the hashtags. Just go onto my Facebook page, This Freakin Show. Look for the link on this episode. Comment in the section below. What's a good idea? What's a good idea from others? Give me the best idea you got. Don't give me shit ideas, because I'm not here for shit ideas. I'm here for good ideas from people. So go ahead, comment in the section after this show is released. You'll see it. It'll talk about Knightmage right there in the description. Comment there. Tell me what I should get my mom for Christmas, because really I have no idea, and it's bothering the hell out of me. But yeah, like I said, I am on Facebook at This Freakin Show, but I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at This Freakin Show. I also have a website. It's thisfreakinshow.com. You go on there, you can check out all the guests, all the amazing guests that we have on this show, just like the guests like Knightmage, amongst others. Over the last 3 years, we've had an accumulation of great guests on this show, and I'm so happy that we had the opportunity to do so. So go check out theirs. There's links to all their social medias on there and everything, so you can find everything about them. A lot of great guests coming up in the next couple months or so. 2018 is going to end great. 2019 is going to kick off pretty well too. The weirdest thing is that I kind of realized here after getting back from this hiatus and everything and doing the show. Right now I'm at episode 22. I believe this is what this one's going to be. And usually around this time, we're doing the season finale, and we're also kicking off episode 50 of season. So what I decided is I'm not going to end the season here. I'm not going to end it as short. It's going to keep rolling until we get to episode 50. So episode 50 will be the end of season 3, which I'm guessing is probably going to be sometime, I don't know, I don't fucking know, what the hell is it, 7th? So July maybe will be the season finale and everything, which I'm totally fine with. I don't care. I'm focusing on the season's ending on episodes 50, not, so stay with me. I appreciate everyone doing what they're doing for me, as far as being a listener and a follower of the social media websites I said we're at. But if you're looking to be a guest on the show, if you're looking to help me out here on the show with ideas or questions, comments, whatever, you can reach me at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. You can message me on Facebook at This Freakin Show. Or if you go to thisfreakinshow.com, go to the contact section, you can reach me out through there. There's so many different ways you can reach me. It's unbelievably ridiculous. Use a hashtag freaking over social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for me to find any comments you have for me that maybe I'm not really seeing firsthand. But the absolute best way to is to email me at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. I check it every day. I make sure that I don't miss anything. So that would be the best place for you guys to reach me out for comments, questions, concerns. You want to be a guest on the show. If you guys know of a local indie band who wants to come on the show and promote some music and stuff like that, I really, really want to get into doing that a lot more. I don't get a chance to do a lot of it, and I really want to focus on like independent bands and stuff in the local areas, or even not even my local area, just a local band that you guys are really proud of. Throw them the idea of my show and see if they want come on for an interview, or even just send me a song and I can play it at the end of the show. I'm here to help out everybody I can, because I can only do so much, but if I can do anything, it's better than nothing. As always, I am Travesty, and thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin Show. I'm out.